Well, time for me to get started. Thank you very much for this time and for this invitation, and congratulations on this excellent event. To me, it's both an honor and a privilege to be here. My name is Mauricio Ortega. I am both an academic and editorial consultant for LiveABC, mainly for Latin America. Today, I'm going to focus my presentation on the product. We have seen all the benefits of being connected. We have also discussed and heard other panelists mention the importance of having digital environment and distance learning devices so we can keep education going. Yeah, because unfortunately, we're living this situation worldwide, and we have seen wonderful solutions for the classroom. The only thing that is missing is the content. So we have seen the classroom, we have seen the devices. It's time to talk a little bit about the content. My job with you today is a very simple and nice one. I'm going to tell you a little bit about LiveABC and what we have to offer for different activities. So let me get started. So LiveABC, the word live is an acrostic. It means learning is very easy with LiveABC. This is very much the idea of and the slogan of the company. Design and produce materials of high quality that are easy to use, easy to teach, and easy to learn with. I'm going to hide this panel, all right? And from here, what you can see is the multiple partners and strategic associations that LiveABC has with different companies all over the world. You can see that the central office is in Taiwan. That's what you're actually watching right now on the screen. And from this, we have several partners all over the world. And this could be part in Asia, part in Europe, and also part in Latin America. Speaking about the company, we have just turned 24. Actually, the anniversary is somewhere these days. We started in 1997. It's 24 years in the market as one of the leading publishing companies in Taiwan. There are now 6 offices all over the world. What you're watching is the capital that was produced only in 2017. And we are more than 400 employees only from the office in Taiwan. I belong to the office in Taiwan, although I work in Mexico and different countries in Latin America. Generally speaking, we're talking about the schools, live schools, and the publishing house, which is LiveABC. LiveABC has collaborations with different publishing houses, as you can see them listed here on the screen too. And from here, there are many different products. For example, the magazines that are produced in collaboration with CNN and with Discovery, or books for learning Chinese that were produced with other companies. Speaking a little bit about the production, what you can see is a little bit of what LiveABC does every year. So you can see the products of all the books for learning different languages, magazines that are entirely designed and produced to help students practice what they are doing, practice reading skills, and also learning a little bit more about language. Books for learning English for young adults and teenagers, and books for learning English for kids. In addition to this, at the right side of the screen, you can also see that LiveABC is an authorized center of examination for Cambridge, and also for the application of the GEPT. In addition to everything that you saw in the previous slides, connected to all the materials that are printed, that are well designed, edited, produced, and then printed in Taiwan, there is also a lot of digital content that LiveABC puts on different devices. Here on the screen, you can see that we have different, for example, applications that we can work with, mobile phones, the websites that are and the interactive platforms that can be used both in a laptop, in a tablet, even in the phone as well. Here we have the Live Pen as a special digital reader. Yeah, and we have also VR technology, and we're working into more. Speaking a little bit about the idea, it's not only selling one book or one platform, but integrating different media to complete a complete package of solutions in which we can have all the content based on a book that can be both printed or digital, work with multimedia materials, work with materials for teachers so they can start having an easier way of working with their students, and also combining technology and mobile learning for students. In addition to this, we also have learning apps that we have for different products. So we can also start giving students a different approach to learning that can be both online and offline. The next part is the newest project from LiveABC, and this is English Smart City. So we have spoken about the importance of learning, the importance of distance learning, and the importance of content. But how about if we speak about the importance of applying what students are learning? And this is what English Smart City is all about. You're reading right now on the screen, English Smart City co-creating platform. Why co-creating platform? This is what I'm going to try to explain in the following minutes. So the aims of this platform, you can see here 3 steps. The first part is a platform in which my students or the users are going to start learning. They're going to start learning about the world via the content, via visual dictionaries, and also via quizzes, so that we can both check comprehension. And this can be based on the content, and also based perhaps a little bit on grammar, vocabulary, and even pronunciation. This would be one part. Stage number 2 is where students start working with all the content creation. And this is where, as you are reading right now, at the bottom of the screen, I'm going to, okay. This is when students apply what they are learning. Most of the things that we have seen in our experience in learning is that students work, they learn, they repeat, maybe they memorize, and that is the end of the story. But many research has proven already that the moment that a student can apply and can start showing what they can do, in this case in English, is when they can start actually knowing how to use language. And this would be the point of working with this project. So on the second point, my students are going to start creating content. And later on, they're going to start discussing the content with other users. So the steps are very simple. First, they learn. And here it says imitation, but it's not only imitation, it's imitation, learning, the use of learning strategies, and a little bit more. Then they start creating or applying what they know, and then they start sharing. Yeah, they start sharing what they know, what they have done, and what they have learned. So the uses of the platform. And here you can see that we have the different aspects of what users are going to do. So point number 1 is going to be learning. Here you can see that it is survival English, but it is not limited to survival English. The important part is that the students are going to be working with English in a very natural and authentic context. Why? Because they're going to start explaining some aspects, some points from their own places, their own cities, their own schools, or their own homes. So this would be like the first part, and working with one topic that they already know. The second part is the creation of authentic materials. And in here, I'm going to underline the word authentic. This is not something that is repeated or that is designed for study. This is one thing that students are creating, and everything is in English. Stage number 3, students are going to submit their creations, or we're going to call these works, for the content selection. So everything that they do is going to be revised and is going to be evaluated by a panel of judges. And once they pass this stage, then this content will become a part of the content of the platform. So students can start learning a little bit about the world from different parts, from the places where they are. In other words, now the world is going to be only one click away, and my tutors are going to be my users. So it's a very nice way of working, applying what they know, and letting everybody know a little bit about their own town and their own places. What you're watching right now on the screen is precisely the topics and the type of contents that you're going to find in the platform. So this would be like some of the basic contents that you're going to see. Speaking a little bit about my own city, and at this stage, the part of the city, users can start talking a little bit about the name of the city, where it came from, some specific information about the city. That would be part number one. Part number two, specific landmarks. It could be like places everybody visits, museums, historical places, etc. Next part would be speaking a little bit about the school. So we can start working on an exchange program basis in which I can start teaching other people from other cities and other countries about my own school. And last but not least, sharing a little bit about my family. As you can see, all the topics are topics that students are familiar with in such a way that they can actually know what they're going to be talking about. Now, the type of content they're going to start working with. On the one hand, we have vocabulary. So there's going to be a picture dictionary. There's going to be also the vocabulary, so they can start practicing different words. This could be either words that are specific for the content or words that are connected to, for example, the language. The second part, this is mainly a digital book. Here you're reading audio picture book, which means that now students can learn a little bit more about this. And this is part of the work that the users are going to be creating. Next part, it's my video clip or small videos. Everybody's doing right now this kind of materials with, for example, TikTok or with Instagram. And last but not least, in the case that there is usage of mother tongue, we can also start applying video dubbing in English. And this is very useful because actually we saw this when we had the introduction and the opening of today's session. So we're covering all these 4 points. And with these 4 points, you will see that users have a huge opportunity to demonstrate what they have learned. And most important, to apply it in order to communicate, because we are focusing on the most important part. Learning English is for understanding others and for communicating and sharing ideas, feelings, and information with others. This would be very much the way the Smart City platform is going to be working. And these are the stages. So I'm going to start from left to right. So the first part is working with my learning platform. This is the stage for learning. And at this part, or at this point of the project, my students access, they work, and they learn. There's going to be some content already in the platform. And this is where students know and see a model of what they are supposed to start working with. What kind of information are they going to see? They're going to see information about the city, a little bit of survival language, perhaps a little bit more of survival language. There's going to be some degree of proficiency because all the materials are going to be correlated to different levels in agreement to the Common European Framework. In here, tests and analysis are going to be included. So my students can actually verify that they are learning what they are supposed to be learning. Stage number 2, this is a hands-on approach. This is when users, this is supposed to be the user, there, they start creating content for the platform with some of the topics that I mentioned in the previous slide. In other words, they can talk about their city, their families, their schools, and this is only the beginning, because most of this content is going to be changing, and all these variations are going to depend very much on what the students want to share. Okay, and here you can see that there's going to be work with the teacher. And this is the fun part, because once a student or students visit a very specific place in the platform and they complete all the quizzes and all the activities there, then the teacher can verify that they have worked, because this is a learning management system, and teachers, students can be given sort of a stamp in a digital passport to verify or certify that they have already visited one city in a digital way. Once they produce all their works, all these works are going to be, as I said before, they're going to be revised by a panel of judges. And once they pass all the necessary adjustments, then all these creations or works will be part of the course. So, which is here the bottom line? 1, students learn. 2, students apply. 3, students refine their work. 4, their work is going to be part of the content. And the most important thing is everything they're going to learn in all this process. Because as in many things in life, yeah, the result is not the most important thing, but all the process itself. At the very end of all of this process, we're going to have a section, a zone that is called the discussion zone. And in this section of the platform, the creators of the content can discuss with different people or different users some aspects, some content, some ideas they can start sharing. And this would be another example of collaboration and communication. Here we can see the application of the famous 4 C's of the critical thinking, of the 21st century skills. We speak about critical thinking, we speak about also communication and collaboration. So this would be like some of the examples that they can see here in English Smart City co-creating platform. Unfortunately, this is as much as I can say right now. I would like to thank you one more time for this invitation. Yeah, and now I will stop sharing and I will turn back to the hosts. Thank you very much for your time.